So hey, I was a huge fan of Dragon Ball growing up, to the point where I still enjoy it, maybe not as much, but plenty. I was pretty pleased when I heard about the new Dragon Ball movies and then they announced Dragon Ball Super. I was wondering what they were going to do with Super, and now we're about 30 episodes into the series, and there's a few observations I'd like to share. It really seems like the peril and the stakes that the Dragon Ball series is known for are gone. When Dragon Ball Z changed to a darker tone and focused on fighting the evilest of all villains, there was this intensity, and each different series had a different tone, even though technically it's all just following Goku's life from adolescent to adulthood. Dragon Ball Z also had that arc of Gohan growing up, and it gradually set up and built upon this notion that he'd be a powerful warrior someday, and we get little glimpses and hints of it throughout the story. And then that effing power just gets unleashed with Cell, finally, at long last. And then just when you think he'd be like, whatever, he goes full Mystic and kicks Super Boo's ass. So stuff like that makes me wonder about the progression of Dragon Ball Super and what they're gonna do with it. You know, it's predictable that Gohan's going to make some sort of comeback eventually, just like he did before with Super Boo. What concerns me is the logical follow-up of Goten and Trunks. So if Gohan was this incredible prodigy, well, what about Goten? I mean, guys, he was a Super Saiyan at age 7. Also, I wonder why Dragon Ball Super is sort of stagnating the timetable. What I'd really like to see is something similar to Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, where every 50 episodes, a few years would pass. Gohan would get older, better, different. We get to see both Goku and Gohan mature and come into their own. And I'm pretty sure someone should confirm this in the comments below if they know. I thought Goten was supposed to be transitioned as the main character for the Majin Buu saga, and then basically there was a big fan reaction against that, so they went with sort of a smaller arc, Gotenks instead. I think the issue is that Akira Toriyama wanted the series to end with the fight with Frieza and Goku reaching his ultimate potential of a Super Saiyan. However, the fans demanded more, and so he came up with more stories. And this is just a continuation. This is exactly what's happening with Dragon Ball Super. The fans demanded more, and they got more. The creators and all those other producer people recognize that. But it's clear the series so far is concerned mostly with Goku and Vegeta. What we experience throughout the course of Dragon Ball is certain characters falling in and out of relevance. Sometimes to the point where they're fucking ornaments on the screen. This is exactly what's happening with Goten and Trunks, but hey, I think there's some real story there. Not just some stupid comic relief of someone pissing on someone else, or them doing the silly fusion dance and being super strong Gotenks but fucking it up because they're immature or something. I would really love to see, and I'm sure some other fans would agree with me too, a time passage. To see Goten and Trunks as young teens, perhaps have them get to the level of Super Saiyan 2 or Super Saiyan 3. Something, you know? I know those forms are sort of irrelevant now with Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue, but to have these little kids reach these levels means something. It's sort of like an exponential growth of power. If they keep training, they could easily surpass Goku and Vegeta. And that's what I was mentioning earlier, how the stakes and the peril of the show are sort of gone, and the Earth has relatively peaceful standards now. It almost like gives them an excuse not to train. All in all, I definitely don't hate Dragon Ball Super. I'm invested in the story. I just do sort of feel there's less going into it than before with the actual series. And I cite Goten and Trunks as one, but not by any means the only, example of what I mean by carelessness from the writers of the show. Then again, the argument sort of comes up with, as long as there's new episodes, people are going to keep watching them anyway. Also, we don't even know how long Dragon Ball Super is going to be. Dragon Ball GT was 64 episodes, so who knows? If I had to guess, I'd say Dragon Ball Super has at least a few hundred episodes in it. Just from a business perspective, they're trying to bring in a fresh demographic, a new generation, and having new Dragon Ball content is working to their advantage. It brings in a much bigger pull for a series that is now decades old. Is there something about Dragon Ball Super that you feel is missing? What would you want to see happen on the show? I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Just so you know, I have a video I put up a little while ago delving into Son Goku's morality. The link is on my face. If you think I'm on the level, please subscribe to get more updates of when I post videos. This is Ryan Starblook, and you better have a good day.